Hi everyone, I'm back again, and as I said, I'm going to kit up the Jack Skellington's pumpkin ale diamond painting, so that I can actually take it back and forth with me to work and work on it at home. The actual canvas, which is laying here, kind of rolled up, but I've done it so that I can actually see the legend on the side. I'm going to need that to compare the drills. I haven't actually checked the drills with this one, compared the numbers. I made sure we had 45 colors like we were supposed to, but not 100% everything matches up yet. So what I'm going to do that is I found these fantastic containers at Michael's. And actually, I just realized it's actually backwards for you because I flipped the view on my webcam, because I thought it might be more interesting if you weren't looking at things upside down. So you know what? Give me a moment. I'm actually going to switch that back, because then you can read everything properly. Presto. So, lockables. I believe the first person I saw with these, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure I'm right here, but I believe it was Wendy from Gone Off My Meds. She had these, and they were fantastic. I thought they were great. So when I went into Michael's and we were looking at containers, I had actually forgotten about these. And I saw them, I'm like, oh my god, I need to get these because it is awesome. And it is a phenomenal deal. I, of course, used a 50% off coupon. I do not buy anything at Michael's for full price. I always use a coupon. If I'm going to buy multiple of these, I actually got my mom into diamond painting, so we actually bought two. They had to, we bought both. And I paid for one. My husband was in line behind me, and he actually bought the second one. So regular price, I believe they were around $36 each, $35.99. Or actually, no, sorry, they were maybe $32.99, because with tax, they came to $18.09. And we're in Canada, so that's in Canadian dollars for those of you that are in the U.S. and other places. But these, I've seen them on Amazon, and they're so much more expensive. So anyway, it's a binder, two button clasps that do up, the little metal ones, and you open it up, and let's just slide off this, let's tear off this packaging, and you open it up, and inside there is 8 of these containers. And each of these containers has 7 compartments. And what I really, really, really love about these is, oh my god, sometimes when they're new, they get stuck in the plastic and you gotta work to get them out, is there's actually a button here on the side, and you push that in and it actually unlocks the compartments. So you do that and then you pull up. And you can pretty much just snap it back down and in, but once you've lifted up the one, without pushing that button in, you can't get the other compartments open, and they're sealed. One of the reasons I absolutely love this, each compartment has, like, I don't know if I can get it to focus enough. You can see it, there's like a little hook. There it is. You see the hook? That slides in under a piece over here. So in here, that moves back and forth, if you can see that. I love these because I had these containers that you see on AliExpress all the time with the 7 again. I had the 7 containers, or it's sorry, seven of the rows of containers, but 4 each. And then you get them in the large box, so each row had 4 of the small. Not only are they really small, but they are not very secure. And we have a cat, and she jumped up on my desk while I had one sitting there, and it was closed, but when it hit the floor, the compartments on either end opened up and spilled out all over the floor. And lucky for me that they were drastically different colors, but what a mess. So now at least if these fall, nothing's falling out. So I'm so much happier with this. Not only that, these are so easy to carry back and forth. It carries so much more diamonds in those little ones. I would have to literally package up like 4 or 5 in them in order to carry them back and forth and have all my colors. And I really don't want to do that. The idea is to make it easy to transport. It's supposed to be a relaxing thing, not something that you get all stressed about unpacking or working, getting set up to work on. This is supposed to minimize that, not make it harder. So I'm just going to take all these containers out, put the binder aside for the moment. There's also a pocket on the side. So I have a couple of these now. So what I would do is if I had multiple diamond paintings kitted up, and let's face it, if you're doing them, I don't know anyone that is doing just one painting. Most people have multiples on the go at a time. You've done some and then get a new one and you're super excited about it, so you go on to do that. Or you're working on one and you order one that has a deadline, so you put the one you're working on aside and work on the one that has a deadline. So having this on the side, I actually just make a color copy of the legend, and I do that at work, and then I'll scan it into the computer, I'll enlarge it slightly, and then I will just stick it in here so I have a picture, so I know instantly these drills belong with that painting. I would like to pick up a couple more of these in the future just to have them on hand. Like right now I ordered 3 kits. It would be fantastic to be able to sit down and put all 3 kits in a binder like this and have them ready to go, so that when I wanted to, I didn't have to sit and prep everyone. I hate preparing and setting up. At least with Huacan though, it's just opening one single bag in most cases, but with some of them you get all those little individual bags. And if it was black, in this case the 310s, oh my god, there would be like probably 80 packages in them. I'm not sure how many 310s are actually in this painting. Oh my god, there is 26,872 black drills in this one diamond painting. That would be a ton of those little tiny packages. And yeah, sometimes they give you the bigger ones that are the equivalent of 5, but you can't count on that happening. Sometimes the only thing they do is give you a small one. So I hate kidding like that. So what I'm just going to do is, I've got my Sharpie. Oops, that's a bad Sharpie. Let me just grab another one from here. Okay, it's kind of a fine point, which is not my favorite. Oh my gosh. I can't find the marker I was looking for. There it is. Okay, I've got my Sharpie. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the legend here, and I'm just going to mark down. So this one is 154. That's color number 1. 168. 169. Now, the next color is the 310s. I know this painting has 45 colors in it. There's 49 of these compartments. So, I can actually fill, I'm going to fill 4 containers with the 310s, which will finish off this actual package, this row. So I'm just going to write 310 on each one. Then I'm going to go to the next one, which is 317, 413, 414, 415. Oh my gosh, they're all in order. 436, 437, 453. There's a silly fly on my canvas. No idea where it came from. So 453, 524, 535, 613, 640, 645, 647. I believe those are grays. 648. Well, actually, yeah, they are. Sorry, again, kind of puts a little swatch of the color next to it. 648. So now we're going to 738, 739, 819, 823. Oh, that's a dark one too. Oops, got ahead of myself. 838. Started drawing a 3 instead of an 8. Good thing they convert easy. 844. Grab another one. 927. 932. 934. 939. 3021. 3033. God, my cat just walked in the room. I hope she's not going to jump on me or jump up on my desk and knock everything all over. Okay, so 3072 and then 3371, 3743, 3747, 3752, 3753, 3756, 3787, and then 3790, 799, 3827, 3864, 3865, 3866. Oh boy. My math was seriously off. Oh boy. I obviously cannot add because I said 49 containers. It can't be 49 containers because there's a whole row left. Oh boy. There's 56 containers. So what I'm probably going to do now then is just on the end, I'm just going to mark these all as 310. And I'm just going to write 310 on the front of this one, and this whole row is going to be 310. I'm just going to get every one of them in here that I can, and that way I don't have bags lying around. So that's what I'm actually going to start with. And I might not actually put any 310s in this. I'll just leave that empty and just have this one just special all by itself. So then I'm just going to open the packages, and literally what I sometimes do just to make sure I got them all is, this is how I kind of check when I'm going to set it up too. I just do it as I dump them in. If all of a sudden I have a container that's empty and I don't have something that goes in it, I know there's something wrong. I like to minimize, oh my god, that's weird. Look at that. That's a big hunk of plastic. Ooh. But so far, all these black drills, they're not sticking together. They don't look really garbagey coming out. So I'm kind of glad for that. And that was one of the bags of 310, and it filled all but one of the containers, and that was a small bag. So I'm still gonna have some left here that I'm not gonna fit into these kids. So I might just use that container to try to maximize as much as I can. Like, fill them all up. Just gonna seal that for a moment. And then I'm just gonna come along and go snap these all shut. And they're ready to go in my binder, back in my binder. Just gonna pop this one open just because I'm doing the 310s right now, and pour this in. So try to minimize the work a little bit. I don't mind sorting it who I can, but I hate opening those other packages. This one's the other one that has all the 310s in it. That is a ton of 310s. And I try not to fill them right to the top because when I open them, I don't want them spilling out and going everywhere, especially at work. Like, oh my gosh, my coworkers actually come out at one point and she says to me, I have something that belongs to you. It was stuck to my arm, and it was this bright, shiny blue drill from one of the paintings I was working on. It had somehow ended up on the back table, and she put her arm on it and it stuck. She was walking around with this little package on her. So now is when I'm going to compare the numbers. So this is 154, this bag is 154. So I'm just going to dump them in as they go. And I can kind of read the numbers backwards and upside down, so I'm just going to do this quickly. There's that one, and I actually put the bags aside and keep the bags from who I can, because later when I'm actually finished this painting and it's time to put the extra drills away, because there's always extra drills in most of the colors. Like I said, I had a couple where I ran short on drills, but they're sending me more, so in the end there's going to be some extra. But this is easy. I don't have to label packages later, so that makes me very, 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 very excited. I love doing the dining painting. I hate the prep, and I really don't like cleaning up afterwards. So as simple as I can make it, that makes me happy. And literally it's just a matter of dumping these in. Sometimes if they're staticky, what I'll do is I'll take bounce sheets and I'll cut them and I'll put them in the top, and you know, when I empty some of the drills out to actually use it, I'll take it out and kind of stick it in the middle. It'll work its way down to the bottom so that, you know, everything kind of touching it. I haven't had any problems. I usually don't get too much residue from it either. I just put a small piece in, and I usually have some pre-cut that I put in, but I kind of forgot to cut them before I started this, so I didn't want to waste time by grabbing them and trying to find my scissors and cut up a bunch. Everyone kind of has seen people cut up. I'm sure most people have seen people cut up, dryer sheets and put them in the staticky drills. The good news is I don't think in any of these kits anything has been oily. I know there's been some complaints that, or a lot of people have been saying that some of the drills coming from Huacan have been kind of oily lately. It doesn't look like anything is like that in any of the kits I just bought. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And just comparing so far, everything's matching up, which is great. Put that one aside. On to the next one, which is 524, and I just go along and pop them all open. And you know what, I realize I'm kind of living a little bit dangerously here because I'm pouring these in, and if first one, great, if something happens, it's really easy to fix, but then I'm leaving it open and I'm going on to the next one and kind of not closing the first one, so if it spills in there, that could be a sorting disaster, especially if they're close together. Like there's some that are just one color apart, so I better start closing this as I'm doing this because I'm usually pretty clumsy. I'm notorious for dumping drills onto the canvas, and oh my god, I always drop them on the sticky parts, so I end up getting the tweezers and pulling them all off, and everything else, they're stuck on their sides, they're stuck upside down, and I'm constantly doing that. I feel so klutzy some days, it's ridiculous, but it's the way I am, and it's obviously not going to change, so yeah. And I know other people say they spill them a lot and everything else, so I almost did that again. I almost kept going, and eventually, I haven't done it yet, but eventually I will dump these in the wrong container. I actually have dumped drills in the wrong container. I did this for a piece panel for my mom, and it was the first time in painting she'd ever seen, or whatever. I showed her a picture of it. I was really trying to get her into it because I find it really relaxes me, and I know she was really stressed. So it was something that she could do that was easy, that would help her. And she was so nervous. She was, oh my god, those symbols, they're so small, and these little pieces are so small. I'm not sure I can do this. My mom's 69, and she just took to it like a trooper. She loves it. We ordered her one diamond painting to start, and it was funny because she wanted to go small, and she totally loves wolves. Wolves are her thing. She will get every diamond painting they have out that they've ever made with a wolf if she comes across it. So we ordered this one, and I knew that if she ordered the 40 by 30, the detail was just, it wasn't going to be there. So I made her order this 55 by 80 for her first piece. And she didn't start off with round drills, she started off with square drills. So I kind of didn't ease my mom into diamond painting. I just kind of threw her in the deep end and said, have fun and swim. Although I was there with her and helped her start off. So what happened was we ordered it. It got delivered to her at her work. She actually works at a UPS store as well, but she works at a different store than I do. We used to work together, but I moved stores. I changed stores, so I no longer work with her, which I'm kind of sad about it. I liked working with my mom. But I ordered it on my account and had it delivered to her at her store. And she called me one day. She goes, I got my diamond painting. I am so excited. And she had gone out the day after we had ordered it. And literally she was buying containers at the dollar store and getting herself all ready for receiving this package. It was actually kind of sweet. It was kind of cute because she was kind of nervous about it, but at the same time she was so eager to get going. She wasn't sure if she was going to like it. She was kind of and I don't know and everything else about it. And then I showed her one of Carla Pix's videos. That's actually the first video I saw when I was interested in diamond painting. I had seen it somewhere and I wanted to find out what it was. It was one of the first videos I came across. And she is amazing. She explains things so well. And she is so clear about it. And she's funny. She makes it look like fun. So what I did was I actually what I actually showed her on my iPad the same video I had watched and her explaining how it was done and everything else, and my mom just turned around halfway through the video and said, okay, how do we order one? You order me one and I will do it. And she got so excited. It was funny. So when she got it, sorry, my camera might have screwed up there a bit. My power stick went on. Sorry, I was saying my mom went to the dollar store and bought all these containers, and she had these labels, and she was just sitting there for a couple of weeks waiting for her package to come in. And when it did, she went home and she goes, okay, I watched videos. I showed her videos on how to check the inventory, and she checked the inventory, checked off the bags, made sure she had everything she was supposed to have. And then she sat there for 2 days with all these containers, and they were pretty big containers. Like, she didn't get little containers like this. She went out and she bought like big containers. They were like the ones you would take like for snack stuff. Like if you were taking, if you were to cut up into a whole apple or something and put it in a container to take with you to work type container. It was huge. And she had all of these, and she bought like 50 of them to make sure she had enough to do all these diamond paintings. And I guess she got a good deal on them at the dollar store or whatever. So she bought them, did up her, was just waiting for me to come and show her how to get started. So we were over there on the weekend. She had received it something like a Wednesday, and we didn't actually get there until the Sunday morning. So she had to really wait for me to explain how this worked. And I started off and I showed her, pulled it back and said, okay, this is what your canvas looks like. If you look at the symbols, these are all this number, and this is what you do. You put the pen in the wax and then you put the drills on. And because it was square and everything else, I suggested that she did like a checkerboard style, which was funny. It was funny watching her try to figure it out. And unfortunately, the first canvas she got was a very, it had some light markings and some dark, some light markings with white writing on it, so they were hard to see. So eventually we got her a light table as well. And I'm almost done setting this up. Just open all these and dump them all in. Just a few more to go. But eventually we got her one of these binders as well, and she loves it because now she can put all her containers out on the table at once and just work from it. And she likes to put the symbols and the numbers on everything. So, again, nothing seems overly staticky. There's nothing that's, some of them have a little bit of junk in it, but it's not a lot. And they're kind of sticking to the bag and the journals are going in, so I'm not too worried about it. I just usually have an extra tray beside me that I dump anything that's bad into it, and then I might have one of these little baggies along that I'll throw them in. Unless they're total garbage, then I will dispose of them. Oh, this had like a piece of plastic in it from the container, so yep. So I got my mom involved in it, and yeah, she's loving it. This is one of the most relaxing things ever. And I'm just kind of rambling away. It's, I don't know, it's one of those things that you just kind of can get lost in. And I remember the first time I was doing one at work, my boss was like, it was funny because I had them ordered there, but my husband was working at a different place. And his hours were basically 8 till 4, or yeah, sorry, 8 till 4, and I was 9 till 5. So he was dropping me off a little bit early for work, but what I was doing was basically pretty much I just took my iPad to work. I almost put those in the wrong container. I took my iPad to work, and I bought a new iPad last year, so I bought it with the Apple Pen. And like I said, I'm a graphic designer, I'm an illustrator, so I would sit in the back and I would just draw or watch YouTube videos. So I wasn't actually doing any of the diamond paintings there. I only, had, an hour to kill, but not even so much that, because I just go up the street to Tim Hortons or something and grab coffee and, wander around for a little bit. So, wasn't as much time. But now, when he drops me off in the morning, it's like 6:30. Before, he was dropping me off at like 7:30, quarter to 8. Now it's like 6:30 in the morning. That's a whole hour earlier, and it's like 2.5 hours before I actually start work. So I have enough time to unpack a diamond painting and work on it. I didn't really have time before. Once I got everything out, I'd be working for 20 minutes, and then I'd have to start cleaning everything up to put it away. I didn't have this system then, so it was a lot more work to pack up and put away, and pack up and put away. And I actually was working on a small one that I actually picked up at Michael's. And it was the only full drawer one they had, which was Starry Night, which is funny because that's the big one that I just ordered. That was a 80 by 150. And the one at Michael's, the small version, that was, I think it was like 20 by 20 or 7 or 17 by 30 or something funny. It wasn't a bad size, but it had 30. 8 colors, and this other one that's huge only has 17. 16 if you don't count the 8 special diamonds that it has in it. So you would think that the bigger it was, the more detail it would have in it. But I'm actually kind of glad it doesn't. It actually might look a lot better. I didn't really like the small version of the Diamond Dots one from Michaels. The canvas is nice, it's thicker, but they use such contrasting colors sometimes in the background. It's not subtle. I found it was really kind of distracting, and I didn't like the overall look, and it was round. I'm finding I actually don't mind doing the round in the hula can. The backgrounds are not dominating. They don't overpower what's there, so I'm liking those. The first couple rounds I did originally, I did partials, and I hate partials. So now I'm just gonna just throw these in here. It doesn't really matter what order I put them in, because when I actually work on this, I will find my 310s, because guaranteed that's what I'm going to start with, because there is so many of them that they don't fit in these containers. I've used up every possible empty one there is, even filled an entire row of them, and there is still this left over. So this is all done, ready to go, packed up. This piece will go into a mailing tube, and that, along with one of the kits, is what I will take back and forth with me. And that is it. Love these binders. I'm just going to keep picking them up. My husband will probably shoot me eventually, because I'll have so many binders and there'll be diamond paintings everywhere. I actually jokingly told my husband that I am going to, my goal is to have as many canvases and packages of diamonds as Ella does. From Kicking Cancer's Butt and diamond painting. She has, if you find it, she has this one video. It is just hilarious. She's got this under the bed storage container, and it is just loaded. You could go shopping in her house for a diamond painting. She's just got a stack, a mountain of them. And when I said that to him, he just kind of cringed, and then he kind of laughed. But I need a binder to go with each one of those. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. The bell so you get notifications when I do post a new video. Like I said, I'm not exactly on a recording schedule yet. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, if you really have to, give it a thumbs down. But if you can find it in your heart not to do that, I would appreciate it. Anyway, have a good day, and thanks for watching.